Hi. So, yeah, I decided to do a video. I didn't know whether to do Facebook Live or whether to do a Zoom call. Some people can make it. I know there were some family issues. There was weather issues. I know some of you were coming from up north, which totally is fine. This weekend was kind of up in the air for everybody. So I hope you're all safe. I hope everybody's well, and I hope that it didn't inconvenience too many of you. So I thought that maybe I would just do a video like I've done in the past and just give you like a YouTube link to it. So the good thing about us missing today is that we really didn't miss a whole lot. So today was really going to be about you doing the work and really taking you through some exercises, which this is cool too. I mean, this way you can kind of do it on your own time and, take your time and whatnot. Oh, hold on. Alexa, volume down. She's crazy. So yeah, so I sent you over the copies, and I hope that you got them. And if you haven't printed them out, go ahead and do so now so that you can actually do the work while we're sitting here. I feel like sometimes if we put things off, then we put things off. So let's just kind of pretend like as you're sitting here, you're in the classroom, because we would have been kind of forced to go through this. So it's no different than going to the gym. You can't just go there and just hang out. To really get the results, we have to do the work. So I'm giving you guys this opportunity to really dive in and really, be super, super unspiritual, I guess. And that's where a lot of this is gonna really break through. But before we go into all that, and I do wanna just give you guys some tips on the correct ways to go through this booklet that I have. I wanted to share something with you that really was huge for me this week. It was a huge shift for me. And I know we have talked about things cannot be happening in your life or therefore to you without it consciously being in alignment with our spirit or our subconscious, if you will. So consciously, we can't bring in outside events that we can't emotionally or subconsciously or spiritually really feel into, right? Nothing happens to us. It's kind of the preface of the law of attraction, if you will, but this goes a little bit deeper. Remember I said that nothing that we can't draw in anything that isn't already speaking to us, just like finding our light shadows and looking at those people that we admire. Same thing goes for our dark shadows and the confrontations that we have. They can't come into our alignment unless they're speaking our truth within. So I want to share a really huge breakthrough and a confirmation that I'm in alignment with where I'm supposed to be. So what happened to me this week was, and I'm going to be completely raw here, is that was it yesterday? No, it was the day before yesterday. I was, sorry, it's kind of bright in here, but I was watching this, his name is Kyle Cease, and I watched his workshop. It's a 2-day course. You guys can look him up. Kyle Cease, his last name is spelled C-E-A-S-E. He's a comedian, but he does transformational work. He's hilarious, and it was only $20 if you go to his website. It's like the $20 2-day weekend. Anyways, I love him. I follow him quite often, and I was watching his program. And I bought this program like a month ago, and I started it. Me and my husband watched it a few nights, and then I kind of just got into my own shadow work stuff, and I started doing some other things, and I kind of got away from it. So the other day, it was a snow day. It was the Friday when everybody was trapped. So here I am, I'm with my jammies on the couch, and I just decided to pick up where I left off, and I left off at, I think it was part 6, and there's, I think, like 9 different videos that he shows for the whole weekend. So I pick up at part 6, and suddenly I see on the screen, remember that Adam Roa video that I showed you guys last class, the opening of the class, which I love. So it kind of flickered on my television screen, and I was looking at it through YouTube, or not through YouTube, sorry, my phone just told me that traffic is light right now. I don't know why. Anyways, I saw that opening where he's standing on that stage, and I was like, well, that was weird. And then I kind of went into, and I was using my computer, and I was watching it on my television. So going into the video, it's like halfway through, and at the beginning of it, Kyle talks about how there was a gentleman in the audience that had emailed him the night before, and he didn't really respond to it, he didn't really see it, and he just so happened to call him out in the audience. When he calls him out, it's Adam Roa. And what I didn't realize, now let me back up real quick. That morning I had been contemplating honestly on whether or not I was going to continue to do shadow work, workshops. And I think it was a little bit of my ego popping in. Maybe, even though I knew I was touching people and I knew that people were growing and learning and, you know, really benefiting from it, but I felt like maybe I wasn't touching enough people. And in my ego self, you know, you need to have more attendees. It, you know, is it worth your cost? All that stuff that came up. And, you know, I hate that I'm sharing that with you, but it was a thought for me, like, am I supposed to be doing this? Like, you know, what is it all for? And I know that it's helping a lot of people, but is it helping enough people? Of course, my ego is like, no, it's not helping enough people, so just, you know, you might as well just stop running. You know, you're embarrassing yourself. Like, all that whole racket that went on in my head. So going forward, I am sitting there and I'm watching the video, and I realize that the person that he reaches out to in the audience is that Adam Roa. I think that's how you say it. And he says, he talks about that this Adam Roa was like, he's a poet, and he says, I did what, you know, I wanted there to be more than 50 to 100 people, and so I kind of shot myself down and thought maybe I shouldn't be, you know, reading my poetry for people. And he said, you know, I really like beat myself up, and you need to have more people, and you need to have more networking, and you know, you're not going to gain anything unless you have the network outside of you. And you know, who do I need to be in touch with? And you know, he was kind of just beating himself up, just like I was earlier. Like, I need, you know, there needs to be more people that I'm touching, otherwise it's not worth it, which is ridiculous. But anyways, he says, well, you know what, Adam, do you have one of your pieces here? Would you like to come up on stage? So I'm not kidding you. I'm sitting there, and the exact video that I showed you, that I've been doing shadow work for about 6 months now, and I've been showing that video on Class 2 each series. And that video, that exact stage, was the stage that I was watching in the program with Kyle Cease. Now, I pulled it off of YouTube. I had no idea where that was from, or where he was, or who he was. I just saw it, it resonated with me, I liked it. So the point of it is that I'm sitting there, and the video that I share with you guys, and I've shared with, you know, everybody else that's attended this class, is the exact same video from the exact same stage that I was watching an entire 9-part series in from Kyle Cease. And I thought that this was at some competition thing, and it wasn't. It was at Kyle Cease's thing, and what he said was, you've now read your poetry in front of 1,500 people, and now we're going to make this into a YouTube video, and it's yours to do what you want with it. And he put it online, and it went viral, and he's had thousands of hits on it, and he's become, you know, he didn't really need the networking outside of him. He just needed to be in his space. And literally with tears in my eyes, I wrote to Kyle Cease, and I was like, the synchronicity of what just happened was the universe telling me I'm in complete alignment. Like, see, I couldn't have seen the Adam Roa video on YouTube had I not been in alignment with that. I was looking at Kyle Cease's stuff. See, it just wouldn't have come in. It couldn't have come in. I wouldn't have recognized it. Subconsciously recognized it. So that wholeness, like that was like this whoa, like, oh my gosh, I'm supposed to be doing this. Anyways, I just wanted to share with you those moments when you're like, oh, that's weird, or how coincidental is that? It's not coincidence. That wasn't a coincidence. That was that I am in true alignment with what I'm supposed to be doing. And when you guys start to understand that, and you start to see that, and you open yourself up for those moments, you'll know that what you're doing is right, or you'll know that it's not in alignment. So anyways, I know that was kind of a long story, but I really wanted to share it with you. So I'm going to continue to do shadow work stuff, I guess. And hopefully it touches, even if, what I got out of that was, it doesn't matter how many people I touch. I don't need more than one person. And I don't care if I'm making money at it. It isn't about the money. It isn't about the attendees. It's about who I'm touching. And I hope that you guys are gaining something from this work, as much as I am, as I'm sharing it with you, because I'm learning right along with you. So in one of my videos that I posted the other day, I said that we were classmates, and we are. We're doing this together. So I commend you guys for still doing the work, because do you know that only, like, I think they say 7% of people actually finish a course when they stop at halfway. So because we're beyond halfway, you're part of that 7%, which tells me something about your desire to transform and to really gain total control back into your life, and that you really want and desire, and you know that you're supposed to love and honor yourself fully and completely. So I commend you guys. Yeah, because this is one of the only programs I fully finished. Yeah, it was amazing. So anyways, I made you your little sheets, your little workbook sheets. Here's what I want you guys to do with this. Now this is a time for you to be completely unspiritual. And I want you to get rid of all the, oh, that's too mean to say, or that's not, very spiritual of me to call someone that, or, I need you to get raw. And it can be kind of fun, and it can be very freeing. Remember, nobody's seeing these but you. We don't want these to be shared. What the questions are going to be asking is, and I mean, they need to be guttural. Like the first thing that comes to your mind. And don't be nice about it, and don't be, sweet about it. Just say the first thing that comes to your mind. But when the questions, as you go through these, the first one I want you to pick out is one of the most charged relationships in your life. So meaning like your significant partner, or something that's really a relationship that's really charged for you right now, that maybe is you're struggling with, or maybe you don't even have a relationship you're super struggling with, but maybe there's a relationship that you have that you really have a strong desire to gain clarity with, and to grow in. Like you want it to be a stronger relationship. So maybe pick that person, but I want you to pick somebody. So you're gonna kind of pick a dance partner here, and you're gonna beat them up a little bit, but not to them, to yourself. So I want you to go through, excuse me, and ask these questions. You are such a blank, blank, blank. I hate it when you blank, blank, blank. That's my dog back there. I wish you would just finish the sentence. If you would only start blank, 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 then I could relax more. Really start to extend these questions. If you would only start doing blank, 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 then I could love you more. Or flip that around to, if you would only stop doing, then I could relax more, or love you more, or love myself more. If only you would stop doing blank, 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 then I could feel safe again, or I could feel more safe. So I really want you to push these questions and just kind of like see what comes up. The biggest problem with you is that you are such a, and just really feel into it. I really want you to like take a deep breath before you start this process and really feel into it. So why don't you guys go ahead and pause the video now and do that first one, and then we'll come back and do the second part of it, because I really want to go into what the second part entails, okay? Or if you just want to get all the information, just keep playing. This is only going to last another 5-10 minutes, and then I'm going to let you guys go at it, okay? All right, pause.